Hi there, it's Anish here and welcome back to Silver Lining Art. Before we get to the video, I have a small announcement for all the researchers and authors and scientists out there. If you want some watercolor art made by me to go with your works, may it be a PhD thesis or a research paper or an article, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to get to know the science you've been working on and really work with you to make an artwork that goes well with it. Feel free to reach me at Indian Guy Creates on my Instagram or at DNA Saur on my Twitter handle. And I look forward to hearing from you. Until then, enjoy this video.
A few months ago, my friend Jake came up to me and asked me if I could paint something for him. You see, Jake has recently finished his PhD. He has defended his PhD, and now it was time for him to publish his PhD thesis. So he came up to me and asked me if I could make some art for the cover of his PhD thesis. I was deeply honored, and Jake's PhD is quite interesting, and so he works on making computer models predicting the effect of El Niño Southern Oscillations. So these are warmings and coolings of the ocean that affect broader things like the climate, seasonality, weather, the severity of the storms, and as finer things as fish catches are impacted by the changing of ocean temperatures, and this phenomena is has been recognized to be quite important. And Jake, throughout his PhD, further investigated on how these changing temperatures of the ocean, the El Nino Southern Oscillations, um, how do they predict the seasonalities, and potentially understanding the mechanism of how that could be done. I don't have a complete grasp of his thesis, but definitely I can understand the importance of the work he does, just in terms of understanding the way our planet works, but also to the value it adds when it comes to climate change and climate change response. Knowing how our weather system works today will really help us inform and understand how our weather is changing, and how it will affect our lives. And so in terms of I think in terms of an issue that I genuinely care about is climate action. I think this is essential data that we need to have effective climate action moving forward. Anyway, but when it came to making a piece of art to depict it, it was quite challenging. If you know my art, it mostly looks like this. It's pictures of it's paintings of animals or nature or some very physical thing that I observe, or so to do justice to something that Jake does, which is using a lot of data and modeling it, it was really hard for me to visualize, and the only way I could imagine any type of visualization was these heat maps that he creates. So he puts his projections and on a heat map, showing different colors, showing different temperatures of the ocean at that given point. And I found that those to be the most catchy thing visually. One is that it's a great representation of warmth, but it's also artistically very beautiful because it uses the three primary colors, the red, yellow, and blue together. So naturally I was drawn to those colors, and then I decided to put it on a globe, really to showcase and represent the advances in science and how we moved from a flat earth hypothesis to a globe, and then we just keep building more and more layers of knowledge on this basic first principle. And so it really fit, the poetry really fit, and I was really happy with the result. When I sent this painting to Jake, he said that this painting is going to hang on his wall for the rest of his life, which makes me really humbled, and I really feel excited to have contributed something, my 2 cents towards his PhD thesis.